I thank the Speaker. As a parent myself, I know that there's nothing more important than the well-being of a child to a parent. When there's a change in a child's behavior, the parents or grandparents notice that something's wrong. They are the first to notice, and they're also the first to want answers. Often those answers are that the child has autism or is on the autism spectrum. I also join in commending Mike Doyle and Chris Smith for their long labors on this issue, and would like to associate myself with the remarks of Mr. Towns and others. Autism has always been a challenging diagnosis. There's an increased instance of autism spectrum disorder. It's quite a phenomenon, and it, as of yet, hasn't been really explained. And it is something that children and families and siblings will have to deal with for their entire lives. There are two very important things that we now know about autism. The first is that awareness is critical. And so I commend Mr. Reichert and Mr. Gerlach, along with Mr. Pitts and the other speakers today. And that's what makes the designation of April as National Autism Awareness Month so significant. The sooner that an autism spectrum disorder is identified, the sooner a child can receive specialized treatment. Second thing we know is that early intervention programs can make an exceptional difference in the quality of life for these precious children. This has been proven not just by studies, but by the personal stories told by individual families. They've seen their young people literally blossom in front of their eyes as a result of early treatment. The Birmingham area from which I hail has an innovative center called Mitchell's Place. It's named for Mitchell, the son of the two founders, the Meislers. It's a model for autism services, not just in Alabama, but for the entire country. Mitchell's Place combines the latest in behavioral and developmental research on autism with a structured and caring environment. When you walk through the doors of the center, which is bright and nurturing, you can feel the love for the children, and they respond. There are many promising developments to report to families living with autism. Recently, Congressman Mike Doyle, chairman of the Congressional Autism Council, and I hosted a briefing where we heard from the director of the National Institutes of Health, Dr. Thomas Insel. He told us about exciting research progressing in a number of areas. Expert researchers are studying causes, early intervention programs, strategies for older individuals with autism, and even potential cures. In my state, thanks to the efforts of State Representative Cam Ward, we now have an autism task force which is coordinating our state resources, and I know we patterned that after Pennsylvania, Congressman Gerlach. In conclusion, it's an honor to speak on behalf of this resolution and of the children and parents and grandparents and loved ones of those with autism. It's a pleasure to work with many members of Congress who care so deeply about this issue, including the lead co-sponsors, Congressman Reichert and Gerlach, along with Mr. Pitts from Pennsylvania, and Mr. Smith and Mr. Doyle. Today's resolution has great meaning to millions of families across America. And could I have an additional 15 seconds?
Gentlemen, additional 15 seconds.
Affected by the autism spectrum disorder. And if it encourages parents to be more attentive to the symptoms of autism and to get early treatment for the children, we will have done a great service for their families. Thank you.